Yo, Pops World, what's going on? I have a special guest here, my man Karim. Met him for the first time. Nice to meet you, man.
You too.
What's going on, bro?
What's up, everybody? Thank you for the opportunity.
I appreciate you for taking the time out of your schedule, to sit here and share your story.
Yeah.
Like we were talking this before, I had shout out to my man Jay Wolf on Instagram. I actually found your page through his page.
Okay.
And he had mentioned something to me. He was like, yo, it would be pretty cool to for you and me to sit down and for you to share your story and everything like that.
So like I said, definitely thank you for the opportunity. Not many get to share their story.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody got a story to tell, no matter what the circumstances are. But,
sure.
Thank you.
No, thank you, man. So, man, who is Karim, bro? Where you come from? Where you based out of?
Born and raised South Philly.
Okay.
Parents, Daryl Hackney, Alice Croft. Siblings, Daryl, Camilla, Rafiq, Aliyah.
Okay.
But yeah, born and raised here in South Philly.
Word. So what did you get to? So in your upbringing, in your time of growing up, was fitness always a part of your life, or did it just come over time?
Actually, I can thank my dad for that. Yeah. He introduced me to fitness unintentionally.
Okay.
My dad was in the Army for about 20 years. So he would come home on his furloughs when I was younger, staying with my grandma right there on 19th and Catherine. And when he would come home on his furloughs, we would run from my grandma's house down to the naval base, eat, work out, run back home. So the naval base is, pretty much a monument in my fitness beginnings. Then from there, as I got older, started doing gymnastics, started boxing. I got introduced to weight training when I went away, when I was incarcerated. And I just always kept up with it after that.
Okay. Let me ask you this. How long was that run from the naval base to the...
from the naval base to my grandma's house, probably about 8-9 miles.
Jeez, bro, you got that.
Yeah, that was a kid. Probably about 8 miles.
So and your father, him being in, service and everything like that, that's what he did.
Yeah, that's what he do. That's what he till the day. My dad is 69. He still runs when he get time.
What's up?
Pop, thanks for the introduce to fitness.
That's what's up. So you had mentioned in our brief short time of talking before I came and talked to you today, you had just mentioned your incarceration. If you mind getting into that a little bit, what do you think we have?
Growing up, late 80s, early 90s, I was around the age between 13 and 15. It was a little rough back then.
Yeah.
Territorial. So you pretty much had to grow up with a group of guys, to avoid other group of guys. Got in trouble, made bad decisions. One of the bad decisions sent me away for 7.5 years. Involuntary manslaughter. The way the circumstances actually happened, it would have been self-defense, but in Pennsylvania we don't have self-defense. So I wound up going to prison at the age of 16. I came home 23. When I came home, struggled looking for jobs that was worth paying. Didn't find any, so made the decision to get back into the street, started hustling again, doing stuff I had no business doing, but it was what I chose to do. Went back to prison 2007 for 2 bank robberies I committed 2006. But a lot of circumstances led up to that for me to make that decision, even though it was a bad decision. My mom had passed, and we were going through a lot of financial difficulties trying to maintain the house we grew up in, and they were about to take it. So that was the decision I made to, try to come across some fast money in order to keep the house we grew up in. And, wound up going back to prison for 11 years. So between both prison terms, I served 18 years.
18 years.
I'm 47 now, so 18 years of my life has been in prison. So.
Yeah. So 47. Oh, come on, you maybe tell you 47, bro.
Hey man, good genes.
Yeah.
Working out all my life, you know. So yeah, fitness will definitely keep you youthful. So.
Yeah. So the second time that you got incarcerated, was your mindset like, you know, when you come out, was your mindset on, okay, I don't know what this gonna be next when I get out of here, but was like fitness always on your mind coming out?
Fitness was always on my mind. It's, you know, I've been blessed for it to be a lifestyle and nothing for me momentarily. But while I was away, a good friend of mine, Al Pernsley, another trainer, but good guy, Crown Me Fit.
Yeah.
You should look him up, real good dude.
Crown Me Fit?
Crown Me Fit.
Okay.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, Al Pernsley. He was out of shape when we was away. He was about 295 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And when he went in for his yearly physical, he said, yo, I can't let myself get to 300 pounds.
Yeah.
He turned that switch on and it was over.
Instantly.
Came down, you know, no loose skin, tight, everything, you know, and his big thing was full body, compound movements and conditioning. Okay. So how I seen him move with the conditioning made me incorporate more conditioning into my routine because I wanted to be well-rounded and not just stationary where I'm just sitting here moving all this weight. Yeah. And I locked in with that, and he wound up doing his certification while he was there. So he got certified while we were away. I was paroled before him, and I got my certification when I came home.
Gotcha.
So he had, you know, a pretty important part of me locking into something that I was doing my whole life, where I seen I could make it a career, I could help change lives, and I can still stay in the realm of my lifestyle. So that's where that came from.
So once you made that transition, as soon as you got back home, was it, as far as like working at a gym and trying to get a job as a trainer, like were you solo for a while, or was it you went right into?
No, I came home. I came home to a few, you know, lifestyle fork in the roads. My wife was sick, diagnosed with breast cancer a month after I was paroled. So we dealt with that, you know. Thank God she's been in remission for about the last 4.5 years. So that was my complications, rebuilding relationships with my kids. After things started to, you know, line up, that's when I got employed by Blink Fitness. Okay. And it was okay just to get, you know, start off, get my face known. But being employed by gyms is overrated. Like, you know, they don't value the way you should be valued. I mean, they don't pay you the way you should be paid. So you definitely understand when you see a lot of personal trainers, coaches, nutritionists, you know, go ahead and try to step out on their own so that, you know, they can get the value that they're worth. But so I bounced around from a couple gyms, you know, wind up coming here. Good friend of mine, Strong, he was doing boot camps upstairs, and he was like, look, you know, come help me out. So he, you know, he had a big important part in my role of this too, you know, more people getting to know me, you know, through the group training. And after the group training, he would tell the clients, you know, a lot of y'all need personal training, you know, get with my man right here, and, you know, he can help y'all, because group training is group training. You actually can't sit there and critique everybody's form in a group setting all the time. So we had set up a good system where we had 4 to 5 trainers in the room. So where now those who didn't have an identity or didn't get seen, they were being seen now. So we can go around, critique their form, and make sure nobody gets hurt or whatever. So shout out to my man Strong for, you know, helping lay the groundwork.
That's what's up. A lot of people don't. I've come to realize in group training. From what I've seen, some people do individual group training, and it's a good point that you brought up. A lot of people really can't get to each person.
Yeah.
So the fact that y'all came together with this team to make sure that y'all saw each person, because I feel like when people get into fitness, man, I feel like to a certain extent, without them verbally saying it, they feel like they want to be seen. You know what I mean? So that's a good way of like looking at things.
Yeah.
And everybody has a different way of moving around and everything. So no, that's cool, man. So you did that. So you came here. So has this process of you being an individual trainer, what has it been like? Has it been easy or has it been like?
Nah, it's the hardest hustle I've had. I mean, a lot of times you feel stagnated because everybody's not in the lifestyle for it to be their lifestyle. You have so many people coming in for it momentarily, getting ready for the occasion. Everybody's favorite word, I got to get ready for the summer.
You're right.
It's too seasonal. Like you said, like right now, everybody's flooding the gym because it's the beginning of the year. It's everybody's New Year's resolution, where you should get out of it being a New Year's resolution. You should want it to be a lifestyle where, everybody's not going to be 100% at it, but, health is so important. You should be incorporating it to whatever degree you can to the best of your ability. Where you have so many people that go out and, spend ridiculously large amount of money on materialistic things, and won't invest the same amount of money in their health. And then, a lot of personal trainers get the short end of the stick because, a lot of people be like, well, your prices are too high. Well, what's the cost of good health? Nobody appreciates good health until they get sick.
Until they get sick.
I mean,
it's real.
The richest sick man in the world that give all his riches away for good health. So, you got a lot of people that sit there and be like, well, can you give me a discount?
That's the worst, man. That's the hardest.
When you run a Saks Fifth Avenue, do you ask them for a discount when you buying them Gucci's and Louis Vuittons and bags and everything? No. Another good friend of mine, Top Fit by far, he always says, don't change your prices, change your clientele. I mean, don't sell yourself short. You give out great quality work. Know your worth. Don't discount it. I mean, so it's just, it's about learning a lot, but this definitely is a hard hustle. It's a grind, and you got to get dirty. You got to grind. And what I'm starting to realize more now is, collaborations help.
They do.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the right person. Like where now, me and a good friend of mine, Sky's the Limit Fitness, aka Gene, we put together a system where we do a strength, conditioning, and boxing boot camp.
Wow.
We had 2 of them so far. They turned out great. So we got more things coming.
That's what's up.
But so
that's what's up.
Just trying to, continue to evolve. I'm old school. So I'm stuck in my ways. So I got to reach out and, deal with, a few people younger than me, know how to network better than me. That's what it's about.
That's what the world, to be honest with you, man, that's what the world has turned into. A networking type world where you can communicate through a screen, and for a lot of people, it's not as easy to maneuver through that. And one thing I've seen, growing up, I'll be 30 in a couple of days. But
I'll actually be 47 Friday.
I'm on Tuesday. Right, that's what's up. That's what's happy birthday,
you
bro.
too.
That's what's up. One thing I realized growing up in the social media world, man, is everything looks like so easy.
It's hard.
It looks so easy. Like they make it look so easy.
Yeah, like
but
for
it's very difficult.
For those who have the cheat code on that,
man,
it's definitely easy.
However,
that's what I depend on my team for. Like I said, I got a great team. That been riding with me for a long time. Team Suicidal, everybody know who they are. But you know, whenever I need them, they show up. Rain, sleet, or snow. You know what I mean?
It's always good to have a group of people.
Yeah, but I got a good group of people behind me that keep the battery in my back.
So talk about suicidal fitness. Where did that come from?
Suicidal fitness. I mean, the word actually offends a lot of people just because of the word suicidal. But I tried to take that and reverse it a little bit. The actual meaning is it's okay not to be okay, but never okay to give up on yourself.
That's deep.
So learning to push yourself past a limit that you so used to stopping at, you know, learn to embrace uncomfortable circumstances in order to grow and get better. You know, just not giving up on yourself. Keep pushing.
Was it ever a point at times, if you want to talk about it, that you actually were suicidal before?
No.
No?
I've known quite a few people that been in that headspace just from, you know, me being incarcerated. Unfortunately, witnessed a couple of them. But me personally, no. I'm blessed to be strong in my faith to the point where I haven't been there. But you know, everybody goes through something. Everybody suffers something. Everybody have their hard days. So I just count my blessings that I don't have the next man problem.
No, I'll be honest with you, man. I've actually had those moments. You know what I'm saying? I've had those moments, you know, and I'll keep it a buck with you. But I've also come to realize, again, like you said, with that faith, man, you gotta come to a point where you gotta intercede on your behalf. You know, everybody ain't gonna be able to do it for you. It's easy when you got people around you, but it takes another level of mental and emotional strong willpower for you to get yourself out of that mind frame, especially when you're in a place of isolation as well. I've come to realize you gotta tap in and make sure, like, regardless of how much you may feel like you're alone, you're not.
My thing is, every now and again I always post a quote, you know, check on your friends, check on your family.
All the time.
Not with a text though. Call them. You know, call them, hear their voice. You know what I mean? Everybody's going through something. You never know when it's going to be the last time you actually get the chance to hear somebody's voice. You know what I mean? So I hate when people text me. You know, like, I'm just so used to, you know, back in the day having them landlines, the only communication was pick up the phone and call. You know what I mean? So I respect it, you know, highly when, you know, somebody calls me and checks on me, or, you know, I can call and they can pick up the phone. But I really hate the text situation because it doesn't have, I don't think it's genuine to extent.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
But like, it's just, for me, it takes more time to call somebody than, you know, this, that, and the other. Like, you don't get me wrong, it has its purpose. A quick message or whatever, that's fine. But the actual check on somebody, whatever, I mean, I always appreciate somebody calling me. You know what I mean?
No, I've come to realize, man, it's one of my homies. He's in a whole other state. He's in New Jersey, and I call him often. He's actually a full-time entrepreneur, and I feel like you know, a couple of my friends are full-time entrepreneurs, but I try my best to be as intentional as possible. When it comes to, like, calling my friends. And even calling my parents, more so now than when I was younger, because just to, like, you know, just to talk to me, like, hey, like, you good? You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't cost.
Especially with the parents. I would give everything to get a phone call from my mom now. You know what I mean? So, but, you know, I just think it's more important to call than text.
No, it is.
But, you know, everything has its purpose.
No, for sure. Being where you are now, man, what would you say, like, being in the social world now and being a full-time, you do this full-time, right?
Yes.
Being a full-time fitness trainer and entrepreneur, what would you say the biggest obstacle has been for you? This is trying to, like, keep everything together.
Like I said, this lifestyle is too seasonal. So you got to constantly re-innovate yourself, stay fresh, constantly bounce around in different gyms. You can't stay stagnant. You got to stay on the forefront so people can know who you are. I'm kind of antisocial, so I have to learn to be more approachable, because I have this standoffish demeanor. And in this game, you have to be approachable. You have to have, you have to network. You have to constantly stay relevant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
My style of training, it's a little bit more old school, high intense, less break as possible,
I be seeing you, man.
I pretty much, always go back to the basics, but then again, you got your Instagram workouts and you got your, your deep in the dark workouts. Everybody doing, but you just gotta stay relevant. You just gotta keep grinding, because as you see, this lifestyle constantly evolves.
Yeah, it does.
So you have to evolve with it in order to stay relevant, in order to get the best out of it.
Yeah, I realize that too. You have to be able to adapt to the change. Like I said, especially with how the fitness game is now, everything is, in my personal opinion, I feel like it's a lot going on.
It is.
It's just me. I feel like there's too much going on, and I feel like, for me, I grew up playing sports. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all like went to work, and I grew up playing sports, but we didn't have Instagram to go to take videos and stuff. So everything was more personal. But I feel like it's so much going on to the point where somebody who's trying to get into the actual, like, who's trying to lose weight or trying to build their body up, I feel like to a certain extent, they don't know where to start. And I feel like some people, unfortunately, the emotional aspect for some people is trying something in this fitness world, because it's so it looks like it's so overwhelming.
The best advice I can get is, come up with a routine. Motivation helps, but motivation comes and goes. Try to be consistent as much as possible. That consistency will eventually turn into discipline. Discipline gonna get you out of bed when you don't feel like it. But try to get out of the fact of just dealing with motivation, because if so, there's only so much you're gonna accomplish with that. But like, as I said, consistency, that builds discipline. Discipline gonna make you get up even when you don't feel like it.
Right. No, man, that's good stuff, man. So just to elaborate, that was actually my next question, but I want you to dive a little bit deeper. For anybody who, like, any entrepreneurs who are trying to, like, within the fitness world and just in general, who are actually trying to figure out where their footing is, especially if they're having a hard time, if they may have come from a hard situation, like, what advice would you give them to tell them to, at least try to keep that thing moving?
Everybody's not gonna believe in your vision. You got some people just along for the ride because it's benefiting them. And when it gets slow, they're gonna step off. But only person can bring their vision to reality is you.
Yourself.
So you got to put in the work. If you believe you can do it, you can do it. Nobody became successful overnight. Nobody became successful by themselves. We have this quote we always use, self-made. Yeah, to a degree. But somebody opened the door for you along the way to get to that next level. Like this lifestyle, any lifestyle that you're trying to achieve, don't have no finish line. Once you get to a level, you're gonna have to level up continuously. You know what I mean? Like, this lifestyle is really about a marathon. It ain't a sprint. So you gotta constantly dig in, keep your head down, put that work in, and eventually, you'll see the success of it. But nothing comes overnight. The most successful people in the world today, they probably ain't come up for air for about their first 5 or 10 years. You know what I mean? So a lot of us be too impatient, thinking, well, I'm working hard, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I should be at a decent level within a year for a lot of us, it don't work that way. You know what I mean? For a lot of us, you know, we're not really going to start to see no progress until about 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's true because, you know, I'm going on my 6th year now, and it's a little bit more light at the tunnel now than it was in the beginning. Like, you know, I came home like, you know, I'm the shit.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody out here doing what I'm doing, this, that, and the other. Yeah. You looking at Instagram, you know, you getting in the gym.
That's good.
Like, wow, they really getting it in.
Crazy.
So where now, when you do step in the lion's den, whether who gym it is or who gym it ain't, you gotta make them remember you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
you gotta make them remember you.
Right.
So you know, you gotta have your own identity that, you know, separates you from everybody else, where, you know, when you ain't in the room, your name is being respected when it come up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it take a lot of work, whether it be just in fitness industry or anything. You know what I mean? Is you gotta make your presence known. You gotta make your presence felt, whether you in the room or whether you ain't in the room. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I feel like that comes with a level of self-confidence.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? For you to be able to be like you said, you came up with like, I'm the shit. But it's like, it comes to a point in time where like, when you with people who are like at that level, like you can't look at them like, oh my God, so I'm not worth. No, you are worthy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you just gotta believe that.
Yeah, and you know, regardless what level you are, in order to level up, you're gonna have to surround yourself with people who are better than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In order to get better, you gotta be with people that's better than you. People stronger than you, faster than you, more conditioned than you, smarter than you, people that got more money than you, whatever your field is. You have to surround yourself with those who can show you how to reach that next level. That's gonna make you work hard. That's gonna give you that push. And you know, that's the only way that you want to get better. Whether, you know, the people giving you that push want to be in the forefront with you, or, you know, everybody don't like attention. Some people want to stand in the backgrounds. You know, I got you. But you gotta surround yourself with those type of people. And you know, my big brother Tariq, he's one of those people. He pushes me hard. He stays on me hard. You know what I mean? So I thank him for that. You know, he's somebody that really, you know, holds me down at my lowest moments, and you know, vice versa.
Now I've come to realize, man, when it comes to that, like that pride and that ego, you gotta push that to the side. It took me a while to get to that place of realizing, like, you know, you gotta realize, like, even if you don't know what's going on, you gotta put your pride aside and ask how you do this. Like, what's that? Like, it's like you said, there's people better than you, but you have to also realize that you're going to get to that point. You know, and one person I give shout out to is my boy Jake.
Jake. That's my guy. Like
he's good folks, man. I had made a post about, I think it was about me eating or something like that. He like with what I'm doing now, training and everything. And he hit me up on the Grammys. He said, yo, bro, he said, what we're not gonna do is he said, you asked for this. So what we're not gonna do is like sit here and complain about, you know, how you feeling or whatever the case is. So when I took that, to like younger me would have taken that and been like, what you talking about? But I took what he said and I was like, all he do is care. Like he sees something and he sees that I'm capable of this, and he's like, bro, like you asked for this. Like stand 10 toes down and you know, make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So there's always that one person in your life, people who you need to back you up and hold you accountable for like moments when you are low. You know? Man, I appreciate you, man, for taking the time. Man,
appreciate you for the opportunity.
Nah, for sure, man. Let the folks know where they can find us on Instagram and any other platforms that you have.
Hey, I appreciate this opportunity. For anybody who want to follow me, they can follow me at Suicidal Fitness on Instagram, at Suicidal Fitness on TikTok. But you know, I train here at Fitness Works, South Philly. Looking for a good session, whether it be boot camp style or personal session, come through. Appreciate y'all.
While my man, also you have merch as well that you
you can go online, you know, let me know what they need, but I have hoodies, I have compression pants, you know, I have compression sets for the men and women.
No, I appreciate you, man. Me being a younger guy, you know what I'm saying? You don't know if you're my dad, you know what I'm saying? So, no, but this being a younger guy, seeing you at the age you are, moving the way that you move, man. For me, you know, having a sports background and being in fitness, there's not a lot of guys your age who are actually like as active. And I try to like it wows me sometimes, and I appreciate the fact that guys your age, men your age, are constantly moving, because it gives younger guys like myself who love this stuff hope to be like, yo, if you keep putting in the work, like you'll be able to, you know, you'll be as active as this man, like, you know what I'm saying? So
don't get me wrong, I got my days. I'm super sore. I got my days. I regret it, but you know, that's where the recovery comes in. I mean, you definitely have to pay attention to your recovery just as much as you know, the work you put in there.
No, for sure. Again, man, I appreciate you, and as I always say, work continues, brother.
Appreciate
Have a good
you.
one, man, for
You
sure,
too.
bro.
No doubt.
For sure.